Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment, and today I want to talk about the beef that's been happening between the Gunt, known as Ethan Ralph, and Andy Warski. Now, I want to preface this by saying I don't like Ethan Ralph. I think he's a moral degenerate on every level, not just the meth addiction. The fact that he was chatting up a 17-year-old girl, telling her all the ways in which her family hated her, flies her out to see him when she's 18, gets her pregnant, and then threatens to abandon her as a single mother unless she goes into a three-way relationship with him and DigiBro's ex-girlfriend. And on top of that, there's the meth addiction. So, I don't like the guy. I think he's a fucking scumbag. So, I'm not going to go back to the 4 days of the Gunt non-stop malding about Andy Warski. But you can check his Twitter timeline. I do have some of his tweets. I'm mostly focused on the absolute warpath Andy Warski has been on and the absolute troll that he pulled off on Ethan Ralph to get him to waste what little money he doesn't have. So as you can see here, the Gunt has said some of the most horrendous stuff about me the last 4 days nonstop. I bit my tongue, but all right, it's done. Let's fucking go. Now, right over here, you can see Ethan, he actually has burned many bridges. I remember him burning a bridge with Nick Rekieta because Ethan farted during this big live stream that went on for a really long amount of time. It got very little attention, and the only thing people talked about was Ethan Ralph sharding on stream. Nick Rekieta had made a comment about it, and Ethan Ralph lost his mind and burned every fucking bridge he had with the guy. So it's hilarious to me that after burning all of these bridges, after not having a single fucking friend in the world, he's reaching out to Tonka. Now look, Warski, Ethan Ralph, and Tonka are way before my time on the platform, but I know that Tonka is a fucking joke, and it's hilarious that Ethan is reaching out to him. It's fucking great. For a business opportunity. And the fact that Tonka actually just responded by putting up the Kid Diddler hat and telling him to talk about Gamergate, that is really good. That is really funny. I appreciate that. I know Tonka's a complete fucking bitch, but you gotta give it to him. He does own Ethan Ralph here pretty fucking hard. Ethan Ralph choked and beat the mother of his child. To my understanding, that is correct. Now, I don't know if he's ever going to face any type of charge for it. She's alleged that he has done these things to her. And given the way Ethan Ralph actually treats her, given what little care he actually has for his own son, and given the fact that we've seen him lose his little mind and go and try to fight people, like when he went to DigiBro's house to get DigiBro's ex's things, he literally gets into a fight with people there. And it's embarrassing. That's where the famous shot of his Gunt comes in. If you need to throw up, you're more than free to go right now. Yo, Ethan Ralph, I have more contact with your own son than you do. I just sent Faith more money than you ever have. What a nice family. Can't wait to have dinner with them someday. This is buy something nice for Xander from Uncle Andy, will you? That is actually fucking hilarious. Now, Ethan then says, me and Dick are going to Portugal this weekend. Some context here. Andy Warski said that Ethan would not be allowed in Portugal. And Ethan then, after Andy has been tweeting about him and going for some really lethal blows against the guy, tells everyone he's going to Portugal after saying that he was thinking about going. And now he's committed to going, and his audience wants to see him go there. This is funny because Ethan doesn't actually have any money to be spending on this fucking trip. Oh god, that's hilarious. LMFAO! He bought the ticket to Portugal? Ha 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 ha! Bro, I am dying. All I had to say was they wouldn't let you in Portugal. Can't wait to see the streams from a hotel with a blanket hanging in the background. What a waste of money. And he is vaxxed, yet preaches against it. Yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know if that is or isn't true. I'm sure that there's some Kiwi out there that has his entire medical history, but it would be really fucking scummy. Like, look, I'm vaccinated. I'm just against the mandates. I think you should get it if you're like concerned or if you have health issues like I do. But if he's telling people that they shouldn't get the vaccine and yet he does have it, that is just absolute fuck, man. You're just being a fucking scumbag at that point. Ethan Ralph begged Faith Vickers every day for her to have an abortion. He then tries to raise money for a test because it's not his child. Now he buys a ticket to Portugal to own me. And at least my decision was a mutual decision and I don't have to pay child support. LMAO. Now, look, Andy Warski, to my understanding, they had an abortion between him and his wife or partner or whoever. But I do believe that Ethan Ralph has brought it up on several occasions against Andy Warski. So the fact that you can see right over here, give, send, go, help Ethan Ralph fight to see his son. This is created by Ethan Ralph, trying to raise $10,000. He raised $640, saying that he needs this money to fight to see his son. Then he gets fucking triggered and fucking buys a ticket to fucking Portugal to own Andy Warski. It's fucking hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. That is a masterful troll. You have to give it to Andy. I appreciate it. Yes, he actually did it. Oh man, this is fantastic. What a waste of money. I canceled my move because they have strict laws and require vaccine passports. All I had to say was I will call Portugal and tell them to not let him in. Too easy. Oh god, that you got it. Come on, you gotta give him props for that. That's fucking great. PvP and I literally thought there was no way he would fall for this, and he can't back out now because to him, it would be a bigger L. L's all around, boys. Oh shit, that was actually really fucking good. Now, somebody had responded to Andy by going, Ethan Ralph literally said that he's going to go to Portugal and fuck the cheapest hookers there to own Andy Warski. Do it, Ralph. That'll show that stuttering prick. Go get the nastiest one you can find. Give him the gun, boy. Yeah, Ralph, own me. Fuck the cheapest hookers you can find. It's fucking hilarious. It actually is. Like, Ethan Ralph is a fucking lolcow. He just doesn't realize it yet. Okay, so Watering jumped in on this one, right? I assume this is a meme. Don't you have a current fundraiser asking for $10,000 to fight to see your son? Maybe instead of going there to own Andy Warski, put that money towards your lawsuit. I guess if those who donate the $640 don't care, who am I? It is true. And like, this is the most blatantly fucked up thing. Ethan Ralph is a father. He has a fundraiser to raise money so he can fight for his son. And he's choosing instead to buy tickets to Portugal to stay there for a week because he thought it would be an own on Andy Warski, who knows the motherfucker doesn't have any money and got him to waste it on a trip to fucking Portugal. And, you know, like, I don't want to say anything nasty about Dick Masterson because I don't really know the guy at all. But, dude, I can't believe you're going along with this shit. That's sad, man. That's really fucking sad. But let's look at the fight between Ethan and the Corgi. This is mostly why I didn't want to go into Ethan Ralph's tweets about Andy Warski. LOL, you got beat up by a guy in a dress. By the way, this fucking loser who does nothing but regurgitate mainstream bullshit with a slight edge to on it. You said to it. 16 videos a day. Used to swing off my nuts nightly. You're nothing but a punk bitch who can't procreate with his barren wife. Keep in mind that this bum also raised like what? $100,000 for his bogus ass lawsuit. Couldn't just take an ass whipping like a man. Pathetic. Okay, a lot to unpack there. First off, I will say this: the one point he has against the quartering is the quartering. I've been told by many people is like a social climber. And they pointed out like interactions he's had with larger channels at the time that he latched on to grow himself up. I will say this though, that does seem part of the YouTube grind and hustle, and he doesn't seem like he ever actually fucked any of the people he was socially climbing over. So, hey, I mean, criticize the guy. I don't personally care. The thing about his wife and them not being able to conceive a kid, like, that's nasty. That's really fucking nasty. Like, the things that Corey are pointing out here is just Ethan Ralph's a bitch. He's hypocritical, and he doesn't actually care about his son. I think that's been proven time and time and time again. Like, when he said, unless I get a three-way relationship, I'm not going to raise my son. Like, Ethan is fucking disgusting. So, as far as regurgitate, maintain, whatever, the 100,000 for his bogus ass. Look, Quartering got punched by somebody, chose not to fight back, took the guy to court, and won. I mean, he could have punched the guy, but then he'd be a little fucking manlet like Ethan Ralph. I gotta give it to the Quartering on this one also. Okay, Ethan, boxing match. 1 round, since neither of us are going further than that, for charity. Okay, 3 rounds of 15-minute vodka and cheeseburger breaks. I would pay to fucking see that. That'd be better than any fucking Logan Paul fight. Fucking Quartering versus the Gun. it would last like less than 5 minutes. It'd be great. Nah, I would rather not fight, but since you want to talk shit on my wife of 20 years, I will. Next Friday work. I mean, look, you mentioned someone's wife. I think they have every right to take a swing at you. And yeah, I'm going to get told that that's a controversial take and everything. But no, I mean, if somebody insulted my wife to my face, I'd probably hit them as hard as I could. I'm not even going to fucking play around with that shit. You don't insult a man's wife. Nah, I'll be in Portugal. Tell your wife to come see me. Maybe I can take care of your little problem free of charge. So, most of his tweets about Andy Warski are that level of nasty and bitter. And I think the tweets about Ethan Ralph are legitimate and are to the point. Even the tweet where it says, you know, he choked out and beat his wife, or beat his baby mama. Now, I'll end it with this. The real reason why Ralph and Dick Masterson are going to Portugal, that's a low blow. All of these blows have been very fucking low. But again, you let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think that Ethan Ralph is correct? Because if you do, we're gonna have a long conversation.